What's up, guys? Welcome to Off the Great Wall. This is Dan.
It's Mike.
It's Felicia.
I really want to do a video about comparing Northern Chinese and Southern Chinese, some of the stereotypes, some of the differences, and I'm kind of a nerd about like the reasons why, so I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think that it is the way it is, and you guys can.
Because the differences are very distinct, aren't they?
I think it's really distinct.
You can tell them apart, yeah.
So a lot of people, they separate Northern China with the Yangtze River. I would say, yeah, like let's take the Yangtze River, everything above that is north and everything south of that is south. So we'll just jump into it. We'll start with physicalness, you know, because that's the first thing you see. So when I was—
So you guys think there's a physical difference between Northern Chinese and Southern Chinese? Really?
For me, like in the northeastern parts of China, like people are definitely, I think they're taller. And in terms of like the face, for men and women, I think the face is larger. They have bigger heads.
So I have a big head?
I think that's what, I think,
Yeah?
I think you have a big head.
All right.
I noticed that a lot.
Okay.
Like, if you guys know, Mike doesn't remember things very well, and I have almost like a photographic memory.
I don't remember anything. Literally, Felicia could shoot Dan right now, and the police would be like, and she runs out, police like, can you describe Felicia to me? And I'm like, she's a girl.
Yep.
She's Asian. She has black hair.
Yeah, she has eyes.
Yeah.
Like, no, Mike is the worst.
I'm the worst.
To ask you, that's why you don't know the difference. Like,
I don't. I think one of the biggest differences for me is language, dialects.
Of course.
Right? So, because in the north, we typically speak Mandarin Chinese across the board. You get down south, you get your Shanghainese, you get your Cantonese, you get your Fujianese.
Even Taiwanese, it's so different than the north because they're very, it's kind of like Australian and American language. It's very up the north.
Taiwanese has a lot of influences from, we're not saying, first of
all,
all, we're not saying Taiwan is part of China. Let's kill
that
that right now.
Yeah. So don't leave any negative comments if you said that.
Fujian definitely influenced a lot of the Taiwanese language.
Right, I have to say, well, the first thing I think of Northerners, I think of your Beijing Northern accent.
They're like pirates.
They're like,
My dad's from Henan, which is up north. And so when he talks to me or even talks to my grandma, I try to listen in and it's just not possible because it's kind of a completely different language for me. So yeah.
Sometimes the accents get really, really, really strong. If I say the words, 我是陕西人,陕西 accent 会变 我是陕西人.
You have a local flavor to it, basically.
Right, but you can still understand it.
Right. But in the South, you won't understand anything because it sounds completely different.
So jumping from language, of course, another big differential between North and South, food.
Oh, totally. Right? This was fascinating to me, and I think this is the basis of the differences between North and South. Because I read a report, University of VA, Virginia. So anyways, this report was saying, it's an anthropological study, and it's called the rice theory. They were saying that in southern China, farmers plant rice. They plant rice. Okay. And in the north, they plant wheat. And you know that's true, because in the north, they eat buns.
Noodles, buns, a lot of
dumplings.
That stuff. Yep.
And in the South, they eat more rice and rice noodles and stuff like that. So their basis is basically, in the South, rice planting is interdependent upon other people. Okay. And in the North, wheat is more individualized. Okay. It's a completely different process, and you're not relying on your neighbors as much. That basically affects how Northerners, why they're more direct and they're more...
Really?
Yeah, and they're saying that why Northerners are more independent, where Southerners are more interdependent.
I just want to say, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but come on.
You're going to say Northern food's better than Southern food.
Oh, first of all, obviously.
All right. Well, luckily today, we have a tiebreaker.
Wait.
But what food do you like better?
She
Northern
grew up
food,
from
China,
the South.
Summarize the North and the South.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Team Mike, Team Dan on North or South, Southern food.
Right.
But think about this, guys. Connect with me here. All right?
Just tell them.
Do you want noodles? Yes, you do. Do you love dumplings? Yeah, you do. Wontons? Can't live without them. Hot pot? Come on.
Okay, wait, hold on. You got to tell them more flavors because we have dumplings in the South too.
Meaty, hearty,
Potatoes.
potatoes. Spicy, we claim spicy for North China, okay?
You have more casserole dishes,
yes.
Okay? Right, so you're,
Barbecue,
right?
skewers, whatever.
Okay.
Again, hapa, guys. Come on.
Okay, so in the South,
Uh-huh.
you have an emphasis on freshness.
Yes.
More seafood.
Seafood, right.
A lot subtler flavors, but the flavors could be more complex. It's not so much in your face,
Which it should be.
but it has flavor. Don't
Okay.
confuse it. Mike will say it's flavorless.
Flavor-
Don't listen to him.
flavors.
Don't listen to him. But you have all the flavors. Like in Shanghai, you have the sweet and the sour, right? And then in Canton, where your area, you know, you have this it's savory. It could be a little sweet, and the dishes, you know, like steamed fish and you know, like
Honestly,
stir
I
fry.
like food that packs a punch, so
yeah.
I think
She's coming on my
I'm gonna
side.
have to go here. But there are like you have different moods, so sometimes you're gonna feel more like.
What are you looking at, bro?
So
What
are
is
you
that
picking north?
place?
Are you picking north?
North.
You're
She's
picking
picking
north.
I'm picking.
She's
north.
making ours.
Hold on. If you were to pick one type of cuisine, what would you pick? Yeah, one dish.
One dish. One dish.
Oh,
rest
one
of your
dish.
life.
Yeah, super.
Really?
For the rest of
And
my
you're
life.
picking fish with chili.
Yeah.
Water.
And what about
Yeah.
you?
Hapa, obviously.
That's not a dish.
But
That's
That's-
a dish.
No, that's not a
That
dish.
is not a dish. That's like I picked
That's
dim
like a
sum.
collection
That's
of
a
different
one
things.
dish.
Oh, really?
throw. Besides hapa, what'd you eat?
Okay, I would eat Henan stretchy noodles.
Henan stretching noodles. So just
And
stretchy
whole
noodles.
扯面.
That's fine.
I
That's
lo-
fair.
I
That's
love
fair.
that
That's
stuff.
fair. That's fair.
Let me bring out something else.
Okay.
Marriage and dating.
Ooh.
Interesting, right? Especially when it comes to marriage ceremonies. It's way different across the board.
Right? Okay.
So Northern China, for example, we do, obviously, China is becoming more westernized,
Okay.
and the bride's always wearing like a white dress nowadays.
Okay.
Fine, that's across the board. But Northern China is a little less based on tradition than Southern China. In the South, there's like so much tradition. For example, Cantonese people.
Right.
Tea ceremony.
Tea ceremony.
Yeah.
And they change into like, the bride will change into like 6 different dresses throughout the reception.
Right.
And
Mike knows a lot about this. If you guys watch our videos, Mike is like the Southern wedding expert.
I am.
Oh,
And
he's ready.
tea ceremony in Cantonese culture for weddings, it's extremely
Oh,
important.
you have to do
You
it.
have
You
to
have
do
to
it.
do it, okay.
It's so important. I think in the South, it's more about that than the
Okay.
North. The North is, again, I think maybe it's because people are more academically driven, a little more not as spiritual.
Okay, yeah, I can
In the
totally
South,
see
I
that.
think it's a
I can
little more
totally see that.
spiritual. Also, the dating process. I think in the South, it's a lot more to do with what the parents want the kids to marry. I think the Northerners are really big on academic background. Like, what's your PhD in? What's your...
But I think that spans across all of
Really?
China. Yeah.
No,
I think from the South, I think people in the South are more like, okay,
How much money do you make? How much money do you make? Yeah.
Okay.
And the
Yo.
North is like, which college did you go to? You know, how did you graduate?
Okay.
What do you do?
I gotta agree with Mike because a lot of girls from that I know, their family, yes, you gotta have money, but they really want to know what your background is. Like
Right.
they want to know, like because they went to a good school, they want to know that you're at least like decently educated.
Right.
Whereas in the South, I feel like a lot of times, if you just have they don't even care what business you do. You just,
Yeah.
if you got money, you got money.
Yeah.
Can you take care of a family? Yeah.
That's true. Very true.
Like on YouTube now, there's a lot of differences, modern differences, like pop culture references. I think the difference between North and South, like for example, a Northern girlfriend versus a Southern girlfriend in China today. And I think I kind of see this being true a little bit. Like in the North, the girlfriends are more like outspoken, a little more direct, a little
Rough,
more
tough.
rough,
Yeah.
tough. And in the South, they're more kind of like sweet, delicate, like
Is that true
Whiny.
for Cantonese girls? Is that
Whiny,
true?
Yeah, so in Hong Kong, there's a thing called Gongju which is pretty much the princess syndrome. So they act like very whiny, they're very dependent on the man, they expect, all these materialistic items, and I think maybe that's the clear distinction between the Southern and the Northern. Whereas the Northern, they can like stand up for themselves and they're like, yes,
I think
Mulan.
12 years, Mulan. Good for you. I think that also translates to, again, Taiwanese girls. We're not saying they're part of China. We're just saying Taiwanese girls are also very delicate.
Right.
And also they talk all cutesy.
Mike loves that, by the
it's
way.
very cheesy. They're
It's
like,
very-
So you like that, right?
I like that. Actually, I find it really cute.
like
Because I'll talk to them. They'll be like, you want to eat something? They'll be like, they'll say things very cute-ified, right? Like, 你要不要吃饭饭? And stuff like that. It's like
how you would talk
there's
to
so
a
much
baby.
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think I like that, but I don't like that.
When you talk like that,
But I don't.
maybe
I don't
because
talk
you
like
just
like
can't
that.
have two
I don't talk
babies.
like that.
kind of talk like that.
Like not like that.
you kind of do,
not like
You
not
really
like
do,
that.
though.
but you do.
but it's a different kind of that.
But it's not.
Maybe you don't repeat little
yeah, I don't
words,
repeat the words.
but you speak like a little.
And it's same amount of cheese. Same cheese avalanche coming down from you.
It's cheese, but it's a different kind. You know, like
No,
one's
it's
brie,
really not.
one's.
It's like a cringe.
You like
worthy
cheese?
It's like a blue cheese. You kind of cringe
man!
at the
Oh,
smell.
geez, really? Wow.
Yeah.
You don't like a northern girl being like, "Yo, Mike, like you got to get a haircut."
I don't like that. I don't like that. I like a girl to be very soft spoken and very delicate, and I want to be able to take care of the girl. That's just my traditional ways.
Okay, I got an interesting question for both of you, and I'll start with Mike. So knowing a lot of these stereotypes and differences, do you feel you exemplify them, or not?
Well, it's kind of different for me and probably for you guys too, because we didn't grow up in China. We
True
grew
that.
up in, U.S. So I exhibit more like Midwestern stereotypes than I
Oh,
would
okay.
Very
like a
different.
traditional,
Okay.
like a northern stereotype.
Okay.
But I do have traditional Chinese things in me because I
Right.
love Chinese culture.
Of course.
And my parents, obviously instilled a lot of that into me.
Okay.
But I don't really fit. I don't feel like I fit
Yeah.
the mold.
Okay.
I feel
That's fair.
like you're brought up with the principles of a lot of traditional, the culture and everything, but then you do live a very Western life.
Yeah.
So you're very like outgoing, and you're, that's just not something that happens a lot in China. They're very
That's true.
reserved and introverted because you're not supposed to be so out there.
Right.
But then at the same time, like, you got to study hard, you got to, all those traditional things are still there, and you got to find a good man.
Yeah, because we all we all exemplify things from the West, I guess. But I don't know. After talking about that, I thought you might.
But I'll give you this though. I like, let's say, I like the things from northern China more. For example, I like the food more.
Okay.
I like visiting northern China more.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. But
okay.
nothing like. I'm not a snooty academic
Right.
person. I don't have a
Right.
PhD or anything like that.
Right.
So I'm not like one of those academic types.
Right. Because
and
for me, I do
you're-
like Southern China
But
more.
you do maybe exhibit some of the signs, maybe Southern Chinese men.
Yeah, definitely.
You said once that Shanghainese men love to clean and cook and take care of the house, which
Yeah.
you love doing that.
Which I love doing. And also, I think if I were to live in China, I would enjoy Shanghai a lot more than I would enjoy Beijing.
Sure.
Because I feel like Shanghai's more, the South is more romantic. It's more like, I just feel like Southern China, like the maybe the lifestyle is a little suited to what, I would.
Okay.
Is there an area of China that you particularly favor over another, or you kind of, it's.
Well, for me, I think because I've grown up in a very Western culture, going to places like the big cities, I guess, I can relate to more. Whereas I went to Guangdong, and just the culture and lifestyle in general is so different. You appreciate it for what it is, but at the same time, you can't relate to it in a way.
Right. I don't think any of us can really relate to life in China.
No.
I mean, it's like so different from maybe I don't know, man. When you visit Taiwan, you might really like it over there.
I love Taiwan. I haven't
We haven't been there
I
yet,
haven't been
dude.
but I think I would love
We
it.
haven't been there
I
yet.
think I would
Oh my
love
god, the
it.
Taiwanese food, 小吃, oh, so good.
If Mike goes to Taiwan, he's not coming back to the US. Like.
I'll come back 30 pounds heavier.
But yeah, okay. So, anyways, those are some of the differences, similarities from the North, mostly differences that we noticed from the North and the South, and some of the reasons why we think they are the way they are. So, if you guys have anything to add, let us know.
Again, Team Mike, Team Dan on which food?
Well, now it's like Team Mike and Team Felicia.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching.